Welcome, everyone. My name is Mirthless Mirror, and today we are returning with 7 Days to Die. And I'm glad that you could make it. Last episode, we were working on this tunnel. I've decided to make a tunnel over my ramps, and then we're going to end up putting dirt over the tunnel. So I'm pretty excited about that, and so I want to just get right back to working on that. So first things first, I guess I need some equipment to do that. So let's pick up some concrete and some dirt, and let's get to work. Oh, and we also want my forges running too. And my dirt is over here, I think. Okay, let's see what my forges need before we get down to that ramp. Looks like they need stone, so let's just keep making stone. This will burn for a while. Awesome. All right, we'll drive down there because that won't take so long. I'm really excited to get these tunnels set up. I do suspect that I kind of want to expand the tunnel into this area and probably even up this ramp as well. So what I've done to prepare for that is off camera, I went ahead and hit some of these blocks so that they are only one block away from destruction. So if we do end up removing those, well, it'll be easy to remove. And if I end up not wanting to remove them, then they'll be easy to repair. I think I may expand this to let me have an entrance here just in case I come up this way. But ultimately, I don't think it's necessary. Let's begin by laying down these blocks. And I think I want the tunnel to be pretty much flush everywhere we go. So we're going to make it the same height here as we do in this area. And just remember that the top, it doesn't really matter. We don't have to have the roof to be aesthetic because we are going to end up covering it with dirt. Right here. Wow, that is almost perfect. There. So one of the things I like about the base building in this game is that I can essentially destroy everything, which allows me to place blocks really wherever I want. I like that they give me just a meter squared block rather than determining what I'm building, like say a wall or a window or that sort of thing. I can just do it block by block, and that really allows me to design the base exactly how I want it, which I very much prefer. I wonder why that one turned red. I hope that doesn't give me problems later. Okay, so we're probably going to want it to be at least this high. And I think this tunnel will not extend all the way up this ramp. It'll probably just be a straight line there or something like that maybe. We'll just have to see when we get there. Let's close this wall up. I don't know why, but I really enjoy building tunnels in this game. I like Their simplicity, I think they look really good, and I really like lighting them too. So I don't know if you guys do a lot of tunnel or bridge work, but it's a lot of fun and I recommend it. Okay. Then I will try to extend it over here, I think. Here. There we go. And I'm not going to fill in this space yet because I think there's a real possibility that I'll make a little ramp here so that we can have another entrance so I can go straight that way. So we'll just build a top like this. These blocks turning red is kind of calling wolf or crying wolf, you know, and then it makes me not really sure if it's going to break or not. I don't really know why they're turning red. This seems like a fairly stable spot to be. Is that high enough? Yeah, see what I mean? I'm like not really sure if the blocks are stable because they're all turning red. Let's bring it up like this because I have a feeling that's going to collapse on me. There we go. And then we'll close this too. Awesome. I might end up raising this dirt floor a little bit. It just kind of depends on what this ramp is going to look like. But first, I want to see what this ramp is going to look like. So why don't we start it kind of where this dirt starts coming up. Let's try here first. Yeah, see, I'm getting red blocks here. Even when it's right on top of the ground, I am betting that's a bug. Yeah, it's got to be. Well, that should be pretty easy to fix. I'm going to do it on camera so you guys can see. You just go into the debug menu, and then recalc stability, turn off your debug menu, and hopefully that solved my problem. It did. Heck yeah. Good for me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got to do one more up. Oh, and actually, if I'm going to start placing blocks here, I want to upgrade these to cement. Let's take it right over here. I really don't need to be so conservative in upgrading these blocks. I mean, this ramp has been here a really long time, so it's clear I want it to stay. But, you know, you never know. And I might need to tear it down for some reason or another. Maybe I can do it like this. It might be a little quicker than switching. Okay, cool. Let's do the same thing over here. You know, I do appreciate that they removed the wet cement mechanic from the game. I don't know if you guys remember that from a previous version, but they used to be able to, the concrete took time to dry, which, you know, was realistic. And it was kind of nice because, you know, then we could just remove the blocks a little bit easier if you ended up not liking the cement. So I was more willing to commit earlier. But the problem with it was that they all kind of dried at different times. And then the base would end up being all like poxmarked for a long period of time. And that was not my favorite. Plus, I mean, you know, just straight up to concrete is pretty simple. Okay, that's a good place to start. Let's build the ramp from this point. We'll see what I did over here and we'll just match it. Oh. It looks like I gave it a space of 2. Yeah. So let's try that. So, like this. Well, that might be the space that I'm looking for, actually. I'll need to check again. Okay. Hey. Okay, so as long as it's 2, I guess it'll be okay. It'll be nice when we get lights in here. This tunnel will be a lot of fun. Let's move this over here. Looks like we're going to have some stability issues, so maybe I should do the walls first. on, man. I want the advanced. There we go. So that only leaves a space of 1 there. And over here, that's correct. We have a space of 1. Okay, so I think that's right. I hope that's right. It'll be kind of a pain in the butt to fix it if it is not right. But we'll just move forward. Won't be the end of the world if I have to end up destroying some blocks. Okay, and this one needs to go here. So why don't I do the wall first? I think that'll save me a bit of time. Because then this one is going to go there. Yep. And then I betcha this is going to be a space of 2. And then this one's going to be a little lower. There we go. That should be right. So I think it should be like that. We'll just have to find out. You know, guys, parkour, the perk in the agility tree really makes a big difference when you're building. I know it doesn't seem like a likely candidate for those of you who enjoy building, but parkour is one of the most important skills in the game, in my opinion. So I highly recommend trying it out if you guys like doing as much building as I do. Reduces the stamina on your jumping so that you can jump more often. It increases your height that you jump, which makes a big difference when placing blocks such as this. And it makes it less likely for you to break your leg if you end up falling from a high area, which is I do all the time when I'm building. I fall a lot. Okay, let's see if that works. So of course I would love to make the corners of this area round, like with an arch. I'll show you guys what I mean. I would love it if I could do something like this everywhere. I think it makes it look more tunnel-like. But of course I won't be able to do that on the diagonal spaces. I don't think there's a block for that. If there is, let me know in the comments below that you've used and has worked for you, but I haven't found any that'll work for me. So I'm just going to keep this more of a linear geometric shape rather than rounding it. Okay, so I think I take it even one more. Let me double check. Yeah, it looks like I think I do. I think I take it even one more. I kind of want everywhere in the tunnel to be a bit consistent. Okay, so this guy has got to come down. There. And let's see. Yep, looks like I can do that. This has got to change though. Oh no! Whoops. No, not like that. Like that. No. Like that. Yeah, because I lost a whole row. And then we'll see what it looks like. Yeah, that looks perfect. I'm really happy that that worked out. Okay. So here's what I could do. Is I could make sort of a ramp effect here. Kind of that will go down to here. I think I have that in other spots of the base. Or of course I can just make the tunnel kind of like a straight entrance. I don't really know which one I want to do. Let's see what I've got over here. That one's kind of straight. Guys, this base has been a lot of fun to make. Comment below. Tell me how your bases are going. And if you tried anything that we've been doing in these episodes, or if your bases have been getting bigger, because I'd love to see screenshots. Okay, so I don't think there's a lot of precedence, so it's really up to me. It's up to me what I want to do. You know, before I decide, why don't I continue to expand the tunnel here? We'll remove these blocks. Each of these blocks takes about, I don't know, 8 hits, I think, to destroy. And I just hit them each 7 times so that when we do the filming, we can just move them really, really fast. And that way we won't have to worry about them. But man, it is satisfying breaking all these in one hit. Even though technically, you know, I did 7 for each. It feels like one hit now. All right, let's start with that. Well, maybe I'll want to bring it up at least to here. So the downside to making these tunnels is I won't be able to enter my road from any position like I was able to do before. But of course, I will be putting dirt over the tunnels. So if I really need to get to wherever it is that I need to go, I can just drive over the tunnels. So it'll be okay. It'll be kind of a trade-off, but not a bad one. Oh, I'm out of wood. Fine. Let's see if we have any wood at the base. We do. But I'm going to need to get more. I don't like running out of things. So note to self, chop down some wood. I think I want to swap these. There. Actually, these are not those because we have to start bringing up the ramp sooner than this. So let's actually place these here because I'm gonna want to keep it kind of uniform with the rest of the base, and to do that, we have to have that block, that space there, which means this one, because it's the space of one, should be like that. Because then I can do... Oh no, that's not right. There we go. So I guess I'm gonna have to go higher since we're going up. Let's fill in these blocks here so that I can make sure I have a firm foundation. All right, we'll start with that, even though I may be expanding further. Let's see. I think if this one is going to go... Is that right? No. So this one's got to go a little higher so that I can place my blocks there. Oh, looks like I missed these. Oh, got a lot of space going on. That's okay. I don't think that's going to give me any stability issues, really. Okay, that looks about right. And then this one will come up even one more. Cool. That should be okay. And I'm thinking I'm going to bring it up to about here. Okay. I might have to bring this mountain up a little bit, but that's okay. Awesome. Let's do the other side. Make sure these are lined up. Yep. I might want to bring it all the way up. But that's okay. The great thing about this is I don't have to decide immediately. I hope this is right. That looks right to me. All right, well, this looks wrong. Let's just do a line across and see. Yeah, we got to go a little bit higher there so that we can go there. Beautiful. Wow, this really is going to be a mountain of experience when I end up upgrading all this stuff. It's going to take a while, but it is going to be well worth it. Speaking of which, I need some more building blocks. Nice and simple. Okay, so if I have it in this spot, I've got to have a space of 2 because that's what I did at my other spot. But I'm not really sure yet because I might actually pull the ramp all the way up to this point. I'm going to need the ramp to be here as well, or excuse me, the tunnel, because we're going to want to recreate the tunnel here. I think what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to kind of give it a ramp entrance. We'll try the ramp entrance first, and then we'll try a more square entrance. Which means I could probably go like something like this. No, not like that. Like that, probably. Maybe not. Let's build the wall first. I think that's going to help me. So the reason I'm doing that wall is because that still gives me the space here. Space of 1. And then this should be like this, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just double check to see if I'm mistaken, because if I am, well, that's going to be a pain once I upgrade it all. So I have this spot, just the 1 space, and then yeah. One space, yep, okay. Let's try this way, and if that doesn't work, we'll try something else. I've been doing half blocks on the other spots of the base. Let's see if I want to do that here. Half block. There we go. Yeah, that looks all right. Let's try it on the other side and see if I continue to like it. We'll see it in its full grandeur, and then we'll make adjustments. But I think this time I'm going to kind of minimize the amount of blocks I'm putting down. In case I decide I don't want it, it'll cause me a little bit less work. And then we'll do this. So I guess what I would be doing is I would take the dirt up over here. I might even do this. Or I could make that same effect just by making the ramp a little bit smaller, as in from here. Because that essentially gives the same effect, right? Yeah, it does. I think I like that better. Let's look at both sides. I don't know. I actually think it looks a little bit more grand that way. And I could even maybe extend this like this. But it's really not necessary. Guess it depends on how I'm going to put the dirt down in the end. Let's upgrade this area. I think it's this right side that I like better. This would come to here. So like that. I don't know. Looks a little low hanging. So I'm going to leave it there for now. That's what I do is I move on to another spot if I can't decide. So we're going to move on to this spot. I don't know how often I will use a ramp if I end up digging one out here, but I think I'm going to try it anyway. Just in case. So that would be here. I want these to line up properly. So wall to wall and wall to wall. Okay, good. Good. Just wanted to make sure that I did all of those. And I guess if we're going to have the wall there, I've got to dig out here, I think. I think it's going to be a ramp that's going to go up. And I don't want it to be a big ramp because I don't even know how necessary it is. So let's not dig too much. It will be... I guess if I've been making at least one slot, I think that means I've got to do it like this. Well, maybe not. I might be able to just do this and just have the ramp start there. Because that's... Then this one would have to end up being a ramp. But it's only going to be the difference of digging out, you know, one extra block. So let's just dig, 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 and get rid of this area and then see what looks best. This auger makes a difference, huh? With the dirt, anyway. Okay, so at the least, I can do there, or I can do there. Let's put a wall here and see what difference that's going to make. It's going to help me a little bit if I bring the ceiling out. Okay. So the ramp ends, and then the ramp above it continues for a single block, and then it goes straight. So if I want the ramp to end here, that would make this one still a ramp. which would place it directly on this wall. And maybe I don't want that. So if I want to do this, let's make some more. Using a lot of frames here. Okay, so if I went like this, that would give me a space here as well, which might be nice. Or I want to see it the other way. Let's get on top. Oh, dogs. What? See ya, doggies. Wow, you guys can kind of make it. Come on up. You too. I'm not gonna collect all that rotten flesh. Sometimes a bear travels with those dogs, but I didn't see a bear this time. Didn't I shoot some up here? I guess not. So if I wanted it the other way, it would be like this. And then this would come forward to here. Nope, I like this one. Okay, so that's what we're gonna keep. And that means that this is gonna need a block here. So let's remove one more row of dirt. All right, and this ramp is going up, so I'm gonna need a bit more space. It's not gonna have to go very far, and in fact, maybe we don't need a tunnel here. Just depends on how much I bring up this mountain. I'm gonna bring it up at least, I guess I could just do it like this, so that it will go over. So 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 blocks. Which means this one could be another ramp entrance, kind of like that one down there. It's not going to have to be a very long ramp. That pretty much, yeah, I don't think we're going to want a tunnel here because that pretty much is all I need. So we don't have to make it a grand entrance. It's just kind of a back entrance. If I bring up the dirt a little higher, though, I might feel differently about it. So let's start with that. We'll just start with that, which is essentially no tunnel there, and we'll just have the ramp. And then when we start adding in dirt, we'll decide for sure how we want that entrance to be. I guess that's minimum. All right, let's fill in these walls. Actually, no, that should be okay. There's that single space. Dang! That block was going everywhere. Anywhere it wanted. You know, it might be actually kind of nice if I want to put some glass here. And then when I put the dirt over, we could kind of like have a glass window here on the ceiling. I don't know. I don't know. But might as well pull it out and try. Consider it. This is the wall. This is the wall. So that. No. That. Wall and a space. Wall and, oh, and a space. So that, I guess, would be the size of that window if I wanted to do that. I'm just going to leave it open so that I can decide later on, but I'm definitely going to close this one. This might be nice to get some natural light in here. But I mean, it is a tunnel, so natural light isn't necessary. We are going to be filling it with lamps, lights, anyway. Okay. starting to look all right. Okay, so I'm not going to want the tunnel up that way because the mountain kind of naturally, well, it doesn't cover this area, so I might as well leave it. This is the end of this one. Just for my sake of my sanity, I'm going to do it this way so I know exactly what I'm dealing with. So if I bring this tunnel all the way up here and then start another tunnel right here, it really doesn't make any sense for me to not continue the tunnel. Like, why would I have this like little gap? But we don't need the tunnel all the way to here. Let's see what this one does. This should be here. Nope. Oh, does that mean this ramp is wrong? I think it does. Yeah, this ramp is in the wrong spot. Wow, I'm really glad I noticed that before I started upgrading it. Wow, that would have been a lot of work. Oh, that would have been a lot of work. Okay. So I guess it's got to be something like this. Why don't I do this? Oh. So in my other spot over there, I've got a space of 2 before I start going up. And maybe I want to keep that uniform. So why don't we even bring this over a little bit more? Guys, I love this stuff. These tunnels are so fun to make. No, let's make it uniform with this ramp. Yeah, which is right here. Because that other ramp I can adjust. That one I can't. That one's already cement. I don't want to destroy that whole thing. So maybe it is better to leave it just as a space of 1. Okay. kind of surprised we haven't gotten any screamers. I do have 3 forges running after all. Not that I'm complaining. Those ladies are not invited. At least not yet. There we go. I'll just upgrade it. All right. There. That should fit perfectly. I'm gonna have to fill this in, but that's okay. That won't take me long. Well, I guess if I'm gonna want a tunnel there, which I think I do, that means I'm gonna have to have a tunnel in this area, but the problem is it's not really necessary. What if... I have an idea. Let's try this. It'll be kind of an open face tunnel. You guys will see what I mean here in a moment. Ow. Lost count. There. And do the same thing over here. So it was one space and then a ramp here, right? If I wanted to do that, I'd have to take that back. I guess I don't have to take this one back because it doesn't have a roof. But I kind of want them to be symmetrical because I think, or uniform, I mean, because this one is uniform with all the other ones. So I think I'm going to start causing myself some trouble if I start changing things up. Hmm. Why would that collapse? There. I suppose that looks right. And then I could do something similar here. Is that too low? Yeah. Okay, so that would potentially, if I was coming up here with either my 4x4 or my motorcycle, we'd enter here. That would give me plenty of space to turn if I wanted to. But I don't think this looks as good. What if I did this? Yeah, maybe. Alternatively, I could bring the walls up to here and make the tunnel entrance here. I wouldn't be able to enter from here, but why would I need to? If I'm going up this way, well, then I'm going this way. I might want to put an entrance here, but it might be okay. Let's stick with that for now and see what would happen if I ended up building this tunnel here. All right, I think I am going to want this one to not come all the way up. I want a bigger gap. If I'm going to leave this spot open, well, I suppose I could close the tunnel here, have this be open, and then have like a little bit of a tunnel here. Let's test that. So this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be something like this, but of course it would be a ramp. Something like that. It might be like that. I'm not really sure, but it would end up like ramping up, and we could essentially, we'd only have to destroy a few of these blocks, and then I could have the tunnel kind of end here, and then this part would be open. That's doable. That might be kind of neat. Let's try that. And we'll leave this one as an entrance. as well. It doesn't have to be, I guess, but I'm probably going to do it anyway in case I ever want to just come like straight up this way. Although I'm kind of thinking, hey, if I've got an entrance here, and I've got an entrance here, and an entrance here, why would I possibly need an entrance here? All right, well, let's see what would happen if I remove these blocks. So I guess that would be 6. And it would be a space of 2, I think. Like that. Yeah, that looks right. There. And then we'll bring this across. And you know what? I think I really might just close this and fill it in with dirt. I just don't see any reason to have an entrance here, even though it would make it awfully convenient to go whoop like that. But I've got an entrance here. I've got an entrance here. I don't mind turning. So let's close this off and hope I'm not making a huge mistake. And I'll even fill these in too. Out of blocks. Yeah, I think I still want this. You know, I'm gonna have to get more food. And I bet my forges are done burning too. So after I finish this wall, let's go check those out. Cool. Running out of repair kits too. So might as well get more of those. 15 is a good place to start. Okay, I think that's right. You guys are still burning, but you're done, right? Yep, you're done. These forges are actually pretty full, which I'm happy about. But I need more iron. How you guys doing on brass? Actually doing pretty well on brass. Guess I can... well... We'll kind of babysit the forges for a little while, I think. It's only about 5 minutes, actually. So I'll need to return again soon. Okay. All right, blueberry pie it is. And let's collect our cotton too. That will only take me a moment. Wow. Not even close. Oh, I didn't calculate how many seeds I got from actually collecting them. That's why I made like way too many seeds. Well, how much super corn do I have? Maybe I can just replace it with cotton. Oh yeah, I could take some more super corn. Oh wait, this isn't gonna work. Wonder if this will. It's okay. It's about as good as the chainsaw, which isn't great. Oh yeah, but now I have a bunch of super corn seeds. Oh well. Okay, let's get back to it. I left my motorcycle up here. Okay, so let's say I do it here. Let's destroy these blocks. It'll only take 8 hits per. And since I'm not covering that much ground, well, it won't take very long at all. Let's make sure I'm doing this. There. Okay. That should be right, maybe? No. Uh, is that one wrong? I think think this one could be wrong. Yeah. So is that one. And I think I have a space of 2 on the other ones. So let me do that. So if it ends here, I don't think this is really going to be uniform. But, you know, it doesn't matter. The tunnel's going to end up looking great anyway. Because there's no way I'm moving this entire thing. It's all concrete already, isn't it? Yeah, there's just no way. It's too much work. It's going to have to stay that way. Why would that collapse? Well, let's do it from here. Wow, I've used so many building blocks this time. Okay. Actually, this still looks about right. Yep, I got a single space there. And a single space there. So, okay. Guess that works out. Apparently I'm going double spaces on the way down. I don't know why I'm making that variance, but whatever. We're doing it. I can fix it if I don't like it later. So space of 1, 2, and then this one. I hope. Because I've got to make sure it fits this ramp. Oh, that's not right. I need these. Come on, match perfectly. That would just be great. Yeah. Good for me. I don't have to do a lot of work fixing this because it's going to fit perfectly. Okay. Let's drive around, make sure it all looks all right. I see. This one is different because this one has a space of 1 and then it goes down because the space of 2 is 1, 2, then it goes down. So that means actually that other one is wrong. Because it should be 1, 2, oh, and then it goes down. Oh, so that's right. Okay, just to double check. 1, 2, and then we have the ramp. And this one, it's 1, 2, and then we have the ramp. Okay. I bet you we're going to get multiple level ups whenever I get around to upgrading this area. Beautiful. Let's bring in this ceiling too. I don't know, man. I think I just want to close this. Okay. And I may end up removing this dirt again. But we'll just leave it here for now. And then I would put a another block here, but it would be a sheet. So then I would ride over it very easily. But I don't have to do that right now. Sheets are, no big deal. Okay, dirt goes on top of all of this. Man, wouldn't it be awful if I end up having a collapse somewhere? I'm gonna upgrade this before I turn it into, or before I put dirt over it though, just because it's gonna be easier that way. And then I'm gonna want to bring the dirt up around here. Okay, cool. I'm liking this. I'm getting sold on this idea. giant tunnel. No. I've built thousands of building blocks this game. That's kind of crazy. I don't mean the whole game. I just mean this episode. A lot of building blocks to cover this area. You know, I might need 2 generators to power, to power this area because it's so large. Might need more than 300 watts to light everything up. That's okay. I plan on expanding the generator room anyway, so it'll be a good time to do that. All right, cool. I might pull this back a little bit. But I'll decide when I end up putting dirt down. Let's work on this ramp. Some of this can just get filled in, I think. Let's do that. We'll just fill it in with dirt. Okay. Did I do the same thing on the other side? No, I did pretty well on this side. Okay. I think I'm gonna want this tunnel to probably just end here. I don't see any reason to have it come all the way up to this point. I think I'll just leave this area open because the mountain isn't really eating this area. And if it does, I can just remove it a little bit because it's just a little bit on that side. And so I'm going to remove it. The great thing about putting up some of these tunnels is it's going to give me some space for spotlights too. Because I need some outdoor lights around here. Okay. Okay, I don't need to upgrade those. All right, that's looking good. I could begin and end the tunnel there. No, I kind of want it in this spot too. Yeah, and I'll just expand the mountain a little bit. Yeah. So here. Oops. Okay, something like that. Now we'll do the same on the other side. You know what? I'm going to make that just nice and solid. There we go. Out of wood. I guess I have to finally go get some. Where the heck is my motorcycle? I saw it on my compass a second ago. I left it all the way down here. Bummer. Yeah, there it is. Hey, friend. Oh, that looks pretty good. Hey, we finally have a zombie. Hey, guy. What's going on? You got any friends around here? I love that I somehow blocked him with my motorcycle. If only I had done that intentionally. Oh, right, I needed wood. I completely forgot that's what I was doing. Well, I've got some trees here, and I've got some trees here. Let's start with these trees. A lot of those little trees, man. So I think I have 2,000 at home. So if I get like 15,000, I'll have 3 stacks. Oh. No, I need like 16,000. Out of the way, tree! I do love that I'm getting honey from this, though. Hey, that's a deer. How close is that deer? Because it might be worth getting. It doesn't show up on my big map. Fine, let's get this guy and, well, check out that deer. Yummy, yummy dinner. Alright, I'll just do this, because I know I have a little bit more than 2,000. That'll work. And I'm not going to plant all 99 seeds, but I will plant some. Fine, I'll take you guys too, even if it takes me over what I need. Okay, an even 100. Now we got a screamer. Hey, lady. Where are you, Copper? Oh, I got 2 coppers. Out of stamina. There we go. Ow, dude. Totally not cool. Oh, that one was a close one. It almost blew up. I don't really remember where I was planting these trees, but we'll just start again. Do I have another tree growing around here? Probably. All right, I guess this will just have to do. I kind of feel like I've got some weird spaces between these trees. That's okay. I'm just gonna cut them down anyway the next time I need wood, so we're gonna leave it where it is. Okay. Now that I have wood, let's go back over here. Yeah, I think I'm definitely gonna want to bring this back a little bit. So just in case I, for some reason, forget that I said that, I'm gonna remove at least that much, and we'll decide later what I want to do. Yeah, I think that looks even a little better just like that. Even if it's not what I keep permanently. Is that 6? Nope. It's there. Oh. Okay, that seems right. And I think this is actually going to need to be a little bit different than what I've got going, but it's a good place to start, I think. Okay. I think that's right. Maybe. Let me try it this way. So like that, I think. Oh, no, that's not the same. Yeah, I got a little confused right here, I think. Yeah. Yep, okay. So let's figure this out. We've got this one is a single step. So this one should be a single step, good. And it begins raising immediately on that single step. Yep. So actually this needs to go a little higher. We'll start with that. Oh, I guess I made them a little too high. That's okay. As long as they're there to give me support, that's what I need them for. And I think, yeah, I'm probably going to continue a tunnel here. And I had this, I think, was a space of 2 on my other slots, wasn't it? Dang it, I forgot. Two, and then it goes down. Doesn't look right to me. Oh. Yeah, 2, and then it goes down. Okay, that is right. All right, cool. I want to see it from above with the gyrocopter, even though it happens to be a very rainy day. This guy, please. Oh, that's right. I forgot to check on my forges again. Which means I did a lot of unnecessary burning, didn't I? This one... Oh, this one was full on brass already. Well, I didn't even look. My mistake. This one looks almost full on clay. Okay, let's check out our gyrocopter. Oh, it's so dark. Oh, wow. That looks so good. Yeah, and then we can put dirt over it. Heck yeah. We'll expand it even further, I think. Because I think I want the tunnel to kind of continue a little bit further. And I doubt that I'm going to put any tunnels on this side of the road unless I decide to make this road diagonal space through the mountain. But the more I look at it, the more I think, well, that's kind of unnecessary. Actually, I may want to continue a tunnel here. You guys see where I'm looking? Right here. And that way I can bring up the mountain around this building. Yeah, that's a real possibility. So there actually may be more expansion for the tunnel on the way. Hey, look at that. Somebody left a little present for me. Let's land this thing if I can. Here. That's what we're going to do. There. Ooh. It's a great fall. Dang. Did not want to do that. Oh, that's an expensive repair. Some of this, and some of this, and even... Hey, that doesn't belong here. It's a lot of brass. Okay. And I need mechanical parts as well. You know what? That might have been forged iron and not regular iron. So let's just bring both in case I was misremembering one of them. Forged iron. Ooh. I'm out of defense. Entirely. Good thing I was filling these up. I definitely don't want my defenses to run out. Vehicles. That's what I got. I'm sure I'm making more gasoline in here. Yeah. Cool. Let's also collect our water. Hello. Wonder what's going on here. Someone must have dug through here, and I want to see what direction they were going. Ah, I see. I came in here and then over here. Okay, fine. I'm going to end up filling that in with dirt anyway, so this isn't that big of a deal. No cobblestone. Just to remind me that I got to do something with that, I'm going to leave those unpainted. How much do I have in my secondary water storage? Oh, I'm really full. Okay. Probably don't need to pick up my water as faithfully anymore. All right, my friends, I am going to call the episode there to the end. Thank you so much for joining me. This was a really cool episode. I know we didn't do a lot of fighting or a lot of zombie combat, but we did a lot of really cool building. That tunnel is just going to be absolutely fantastic. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And tell your friends about Mirthless Mirror, and we can continue building this base, this gargantuan mountaintop base together. And I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye.